Chapter 16. While Monique and I were riding my bike to Ripley's Ice Cream or Not, I couldn't help but think about everything that had happened so far. I felt like I should be mad and not care about Ping. After all, hadn't protected me and he stole my girl. I also felt like I shouldn't help Monique because she liked Ping and not me. And she was seriously crazy about him. But this went deeper than getting hurt by a friend. My friend was in need, and despite how I currently felt about him, I had to help. The feeling that I needed to help Ping, even though I was upset at him for what he did, was more important than being mad at him. Was my friendship with Ping worth losing over a fight? Not at all. As a matter of fact, I didn't feel mad anymore. All I felt was the need to help a friend, and I knew he would do the same for me. I assume that because he was wearing a gi, he must know karate. And come to think of it, I had never told Ping I liked Monique. This whole time, I had been had been mad for no reason. The only person to blame was me for not communicating enough with Ping, although he did punch me in the eye. So, you said you were in love with me? Monique asked while doing a balancing act on my handlebars. That doesn't matter now. You like Ping, and Ping is my friend, so I'll help you to the best I can. And right now, Ping needs our help, I said. You're a great friend. If only there were more people like you in this world. The world would be a little weird, but at least people would be nice to each other, Monique said. We pulled up to Ripley's and Monique hopped off the handlebars. We walked in and saw Ping lying in a booth. He had a sign over his head that said, Ripley's Ice Cream or Not is so good it will knock you off your feet. Hey, what's with the sign? I asked Sticky Harry. Well, with him just lying there, people were getting weirded out. He was bad for business. So I put this sign on him, and now he's good for business, Sticky Harry said. Yeah, and everyone who comes in now wants me to draw a picture of them with him, Quick Draw Joe said. So, he's good for my business too. I pressed my ear against Ping's chest and listened. His heart is still beating, and he's still breathing. Ping, can you hear me? I yelled. Nothing. Don't make me use the toaster again, I shouted in Ping's ear. Immediately, Ping sat up and said, Lily. Then he fell right back in the booth. What did he say? I asked. Lily? Fifi? Pee-pee? I looked at Ping. Do you need to go pee-pee? I shouted. He said Lily, Monique demanded. But what does it mean? Is it the name of something? Is Lily a Chinese word? Monique asked. I don't know, but I intend to find out. He's fading fast, and whatever this Lily thing is, it must be from his life before this life, I said. What? Monique asked. I don't have time to fill you in on the details, and even if I did, you wouldn't believe me. So give me the toaster and one of the drawings of Ping, and I'll be back in a few hours, I said, as I grabbed the toaster and a picture. What's the toaster for? Sticky Harry asked. You never know when you might need a toaster, I said, as I walked out the door. Chapter 17. Let's do it. Chang's Chinese Buffet. This is the place to go to eat away your worries, to relieve stress, and even celebrate how happy you are. The restaurant had a Chinese food for all seasons of your emotional life. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. the restaurant has a food that will either complement the feeling or provide a cure. I went to Chang's because it's the only place where the Oriental people speak both Chinese and English, and most importantly, I didn't pull anyone's hair at this place when I was gathering DNA samples. Chang's employees know me as the kid who pays $6.99 and can barely eat half a plate full of food. I'm a walking gold mine to them. I walked in and received my favorite greeting. Fwank! Hey everyone, it's Fwank! I love the way they speak. The employees have trouble with the R sound, and it always lightens my spirits. Why is rabbit not on the menu? Because it would be called wabbit. Hee hee. I figured that while I was there, I might as well eat, so I paid for a plate. I loaded up with fried rice, roasted pork ribs, beef and broccoli, and a side of French fries. I love how they toss in an American staple. I sat down and enjoyed my spread. The waitress came by and asked what I wanted to drink. I decided to give it a shot, and I asked whether they had any Lily. She smiled and nodded her head yes. So, Lily is a drink. I knew it. It must be a special tea that you can only find in Asia. I solved a piece of the puzzle. Ping had woken up and asked for a drink. The waitress came back and handed me a glass filled with a sparkling pink liquid. It was breathtakingly beautiful. Now I understand why Ping would want such a thing. I couldn't help but say its name as I held the pink drink up to the sunlight that beamed through the windows. If the drink tasted half as good as it looked, then I was in for a treat. I pressed the glass to my lips and poured the fluid into my mouth and began to analyze. I swished it to the left and then to the right. I gurgled a little to mix oxygen and carbon dioxide together, and then I swallowed. Yep, it was pink lemonade. I love our cultural differences. If the employees don't know what you said, they will smile, say yes, and then go get you whatever they feel like. Hey, it's a buffet. But now I'm back to square one. What is Lily? The owner of the buffet came out and asked how my food was. I told him it was amazing as usual. He's a funny guy. He always makes me laugh. The previous time I'd come in, he told me that he loved Americans because they lick their plates clean. He said we clean our plates better than his dishwasher. I didn't know if he was making fun of Americans or not, but I couldn't stop laughing. This time I had a question for him. I asked him what Lily was. He looked shocked. You have a Chinese girlfriend named Lily? He asked. A girl? Did Ping wake up and say the name of a girl? Did Monique's attempt to kiss him make him remember a girl from his past? I decided to roll with this one. Yes. Do you know where my Chinese girlfriend named Lily is? I asked. Aw, poor Frank. He lost his Chinese girlfriend and he thinks I know where she is. If I were your girlfriend, I would go back to Chinatown, he said, and then started laughing hysterically. I didn't know if I should be insulted or not, but his laughing was making me laugh just as hard. I love this place. Chinatown. That was a great idea. I would look for this Lily girl in Chinatown and bring her back to Ping. I wiped my face clean and stood up. 2 hands from behind forced me back down. Did I do something wrong? I paid the bill at the front counter, I said. That's when I figured out what was wrong. Bradley sat down right in front of me. Chapter 18, next time.